Okay, so on this video I was going to kind of just share a few of the travel books that I read before I went to Switzerland. I guess kind of like in preparation, like motivators, you know? Let me just start. The first one I read, I found, is How to Travel the World on $50 a Day by Matt Kepnes, Nomadic Matt. This was a really good book. I read the whole thing. He kind of breaks it down. It says by region, so like Europe, Asia, Australia. He just kind of covers a little bit of everything, like planning your trip, getting over your fears and stuff, travel insurance, buying a backpack, buying tickets, banking overseas. I read the whole thing, like I said. He really does give a lot of good tips, and if you have not heard of this guy, you should check him out. He has his own blog, own YouTube channel even, and it's good for people who want to travel. He recommends wolfing. I have done wolfing before, a long time ago. The only thing he didn't mention was Workaway, so I don't know if this was before Workaway came out or if he just hadn't heard of it. It's a good book though. This is the book. Someone called it. This is also a really good book. It's covers everything: volunteering, house sitting, pet sitting, working in a hostel. I think this one does mention Workaway. I can't remember. It's a really long book. Just seasonal work. It has everything. Like this one, if you're wanting to try to figure out how to travel the world cheaply on a longer period of time, you're not really sure what to do, I would recommend getting this book because it is very helpful. I didn't really use it for my first trip, but I can see myself using it a lot more in the future. It has even like certain things, phone numbers, just whatever. It's a good book. This book is by Rolf Potts. It's called Vagabonding. I read this book, An Uncommon Guide to the Art of Long-Term Travel. For me, was a really good motivator to make myself get out and do it. His is more like vagabonding, like, taking a backpack and traveling the world like that, which I can see myself doing maybe sometime later on in the future with somebody. I'd rather go with somebody than by myself. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the first book I mentioned, Traveling $50 a Day Around the World, except it is different. He doesn't list specifics like the first guy does. This book just kind of gets you into the mindset of vagabonding, of traveling like in this way. He really just kind of gives an in-depth explanation of what it's really all about and how you should not be afraid to do it if you want to. It does give some tips about working and volunteering overseas, determining your destination, adjusting your life on the road, Yeah, it's really inspiring book. This guy is amazing. I really love this book. I read this book like twice before I left, and it is not really essentially based on traveling. It's called The Art of Non-Conformity. And this is probably one of my all-time favorite books. He's a traveler too, Chris Gilbo. I think that's how you say it. He just talks about how he got into traveling, but like he's basically an entrepreneur type person. He blogs, he does his own thing. It's more like adjusting your life, not in terms of travel, but like if you kind of want to lead a different life, you can. He really just encourages people to pursue things that they really want to do. That's really what it's all about, is don't lead the kind of life that society expects you to, just to please other people. You should do something that you yourself want to do, and don't be worried about what other people think of you. You should do it because it's your dream. Not be afraid of what people will think of you. You should do it because you want to do it, Don't just start living a certain life just because everybody else is. Because, see, the thing is a lot of people grow up and then they regret it, he says, They wish they had done things differently when they were young and stuff. That's why I'm kind of glad I'm reading this book now, and I keep reading it over and over and over because I will forget what I read. And then while I was in Switzerland, I read Rick Steves' Switzerland book. I even brought it with me. on the trip. I would sneakily read it in the train. Nobody was looking. It covers everything. The main destinations in Switzerland and then the unpopular destinations in Switzerland and their prices and the hotels. It tells you when the buses and trains run. It includes a map, or it did. I think I took it out. It does include like little mini maps all throughout the book. Of course, you know, if you have a GPS, you don't really need that. It just talks. That's the only thing about being outside is it's really noisy sometimes. So yeah, those are my books that I just kind of wanted to share. Oh, I see a woodpecker. I hope this could be somehow helpful. I just kind of wanted to talk a little bit about the books. You know, it's been a while, and the really good books though. You can find other reviews on Amazon or eBay or wherever you want to buy them from. They're definitely worth the money. If you're interested and really serious on traveling, especially these three, find them, buy them, read them, use them. That's pretty much, I think, what I wanted to say today. So yeah.